You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. There's big stuff happening on Young and the Restless that I am excited to tell you guys about. Nate is in a snit, Victoria is pouting, and Adam Newman actually wins for a change. Yay. Things are super duper messy at Newman Enterprises this week. You know, Victor finally revealed his scheme, his fake, mental degeneration thing, and he fired Nate. He discovered that Nate was ready to have him committed to a mental hospital, and the mustache was certain that was so Nate could try and grab the CEO seat for himself. I don't know how much of that is truth and conjecture, but Victor and Nikki seem certainly convinced. This led to a knockdown, drag-out fight between Nate and Victoria, and she's now facing the choice of her life, daddy or boyfriend. Adam is going to win. Nick is really upset. There's so much Newman angst right now. Let me talk about it with you. If you haven't already, reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Let's dig in. Things are in upheaval, and all the Newmans, except for Adam, are very upset at Victor Newman. Even Nikki Newman is not happy with her husband, but I suspect she's mostly got her designer panties in a bunch because Adam came out of this smelling like a rose, like a loyal son. Of course, Adam was genuinely worried for his dad's health. And to that end, he sought advice from a, renowned psychiatrist. And then Nick did one of his petty little backstabbing moves and tried to convince Victor that Adam was plotting against him. But Victor knew better. So Nick's cheap move accomplished nothing. And I'm happy to report this week and last week, have big wins for Adam Newman. He deserves a win. First, he slid back into Sally Spector's sheets. I cannot wait until Nick finds out about that and loses his crap. I wonder at the point that he finds out that she slept with Adam, what was that, like a week after he broke up with her, if he is actually going to pull the funding from her company. We know Nick could be petty. Sally just hasn't seen the worst of it. The second win was that Adam passed Victor's test with flying colors. I personally hope Adam winds up as Victor's co-CEO, if not the CEO. Adam's career, though, hinges on what moves that Nick and Victoria are about to make. So let's talk about Nick the Stick real quick. An official Y&R spoiler for next week says Nick is at a crossroads. I feel it's personal and professional. His dad asks him this week to come back to Newman Enterprises. I don't think he would. I don't think he wants to. He's got that company with Sharon. He's got New Hope, and Nick has never been happy at Newman. So I do suspect it's a no, but at the same time, I think if he thought saying yes would somehow hurt Adam, then he would do it. All right, now let's talk about Victoria. Vicky's been behaving so badly for more than a year. I just have zero sympathy for her right now. She's been a megalomaniac, using and abusing her CEO power until Victor finally had enough and yanked that power away. But let's be real, that was many, many months after he should have done it. That was done so late in the game. She's been crapping on family, using the CEO office as her hump hanger, and she fired Sally, she fired Adam, then she ousted Nick. Plus, she wasted time with cheap schemes and engaged in highly illegal corporate espionage against Chancellor Winters that could have caused them a lot of problems. Victoria has been out of control since the whole Ashland Lock incident. And her boy toy Nate seems to be breaking up with her right after he's fired. It's not about losing his job. It's about her not defending him, not backing him up. He slings accusations. She stood there. She didn't defend him. She let her dad rip him a new one. And she didn't say, oh, Nate didn't mean it that way. No. She didn't do that. She just stood there and let it unfold because that's what she does. And then Victoria follows Nate out of the CEO office. She's like, don't blame me, blame my dad. But then he basically is like, it's all the same bad Newman DNA. And that's why she didn't stand up. And he challenged her that there was only one way to fix this. I expect that there may be two ways. First, she could follow him out of Newman, or she could find a way to get her dad out of that CEO chair and grab it back and then be co-CEOs together. If not, he might be done with her for good. I mean, I don't think there's love there. I don't know. Their relationship seems to be mostly about abusing power and having sex everywhere. So I don't know. I still suspect that Victor fired Nate ultimately as a favor to Mamie, but of course he wanted Nate out of the building. He wanted him away from Victoria, but he can't control Victoria's personal life. Well, okay, not entirely true. Victor could tell her, you can have the CEO chair back if you break up with Nate and never see him again. The big question at this point, after all this fallout and messy stuff, is whether Victor intends to stay sitting in the big chair or if he's going to relinquish it to whatever child that he feels he can trust the most after this insane, aggressive, horrible test of loyalty. I kind of expect Victor won't give it to Victoria unless she walks away from Nate. And I kind of expect her to find a backbone and say no. Like, I think she might leave and come back to fight another day, try and stage a coup somehow. And I think Nick would only take the CEO seat if he thought grabbing it would keep it out of Adam's hands. That's pretty much how Nick rolls these days. He's like the mean big brother taking his little brother's toys just to torment him. It's what he did with Sally, and it's what he might do with the CEO seat if he's given the chance to. We all know Nick doesn't want to be CEO of Newman Enterprises, but more than that, he doesn't want Adam to have anything that Adam wants. Maybe Nick should be a little more grateful given that Faith would be dead right now if not for the brother that he despises so much and that he's been treating so badly. As for Adam, I feel like he'd be a solid CEO who might actually listen to Victor because he's relieved his dad's not having an actual health crisis. And he seems the least angry of the three kids that the mustache was manipulating. Wait to see, but I think it would be a great early Christmas gift for a lot of us if Adam got the job of his dreams and the girl of his dreams. We'll see how it plays out. I'm really enjoying watching Victor twist the knife, even though I have said before, I don't think this plot was particularly well written. I don't think it was a particularly well-formed storyline, but I think at this point, I'm just kind of giddy that it's 99% over. I think it's like one of those Stockholm syndrome things, I don't know, or PTSD. You're so glad that it's over that you're like, yay. So hopefully this will be 100% done by the end of this week or maybe early next week, and we'll know the fallout. So who do you guys want to see in the CEO chair at Newman Enterprises? Do you want it to be Adam, Nick, Victoria? Do you want to see Victor stay there? And are you hoping that Victoria lets Nate walk away, or do you think she might follow him out the door as a slap in her scheming daddy's face? Let me know what you think. And if you haven't clicked subscribe, please do so. Definitely drop your comments. I read them all. And come back soon for more Y&R updates right here with me. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.